make up 142,440 cases in the state. Wink News is Campaign Central, and with 49 days until the presidential election, Joe Biden is making 2 stops in Florida. He'll attend a roundtable event with veterans in Tampa first, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee. The stops mark his first visits to Florida since clinching the Democratic nomination. You now have just days to fill out the 2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Traffic is slowing just a touch in Collier on 41 heading north towards Pine Ridge. There's also a slight slowdown on Airport Pulling heading south to Pine Ridge. Traffic slowing as well on 951 to the south of the East Trail for about a quarter mile. If you're making that commute towards Marco, give yourself a couple extra minutes. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail-end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 and 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really, for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
True Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
True relief for back and neck pain. Sitting at home with back or neck pain, lying in a recliner suffering with leg pain or weakness, out of shape from sciatica, stenosis, or neuropathy? Get relief and get your life back. Non-surgical spinal decompression. This is Dr. Johnson, D.C. at 596 Back. Spinal decompression is an ingenious, innovative treatment that has shattered doctors' traditional ways of treating back or neck problems. Doctors have been left scratching their heads. Finally, avoid needles, epidurals, and drugs. This treatment is also super comfortable. Patients of any age can be treated and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. It uses a relaxing, computerized table to gently remove pressure on spinal nerves and discs, relieving pain, numbness, or weakness. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you.
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's for you to upgrade to new, modern devices with... Call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us, because this is more than just land. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida.
Drew, Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube. There we are. Here it is. There you are. There I am. And there's Jake the millennial. You can look and see his, look at that. It's a broad view, by the way, that's on the camera this morning. So you get the whole view of, I don't know if I should zoom in on you or not. Not really sure if you're, you are kind of, you're zoomable this morning. I'm looking at, is this a new look for you? This kind of greased back kind of.
You know what I told my barber? You want to know what I told him?
What did you tell him?
1920s bank robber.
Are you serious?
Exactly. John Dillinger. That's what I was going for.
Well, you got it. Look at you. You got this kind of John Dillinger. Do you, historically, do you know anything about Dillinger, the time period? What do you, are you into gangster stuff? Is that what it is? You're into
old cool stuff.
You're into old-time gangster stuff.
A little bit.
Okay, tell me a little bit about John Dillinger. It's like a little a kid. Sit back and
the Dillinger
listen.
gang.
Right.
They were allegedly they'd robbed like 25 banks.
Yeah.
3 or 4 police stations.
Yeah.
And he also escaped from jail twice.
Okay.
Or maybe 3 times.
Here's a valuable lesson for all you kids that are listening right now. Let's not glorify bad guys. Okay, can we not do?
I just like this hair.
I understand that, but in this time that we're in right now, the one thing you do not want to do right now in the way society is, you agreeing with me now? You understand where I'm going with this?
Good point.
It's not a good point. It's a great point. This is not the time in our history to be glorifying bad guys. It's just not. And to be quite honest, it wasn't a good idea to glorify bad guys back in the day either. Just throwing that out there. So we have a little bit of that going on this morning. There is something that has to do with good guys, bad guys, and who we glorify and who we don't. Because if anybody was witness on social media, the video that has come out in the past 12 hours of the 2 officers that were shot, ambushed yesterday, the L.A. County Sheriff's Department. I don't know if you probably saw the video of the ambush, but you may not have witnessed. And if you go to social media now, you will see video of the aftermath. The 2 officers out of the vehicle. The one officer, she's shot in the jaw, and even though she's shot in the jaw, and I don't want to get too graphic because it's early, but helping her partner get a tourniquet on because it's tragic, it's heroic, it's unbelievable to watch, but it is what's happening now. It's where we are at this moment. Now, having said that, we're going to get into a little bit more of the details. And again, I said this yesterday, and I'll admit it. I don't want to say I took a little bit of flack yesterday. I'll just say that I had a couple of people who may have emailed me and texted me and had some comments about the fact that when all of this is happening, all of these things that are going on in our society, you do have to figure out whose side everyone is on. And then you have to decide who it is that is fomenting some of the most horrific of ideology against police, who decides that they want to propagate it, who is saying the things against police officers, our neighbors, our friends, our family, our fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, daughters, and who isn't. And just say it and know who it is. And if we know that there are bad things that are happening in our society, they're getting it from someplace, everybody. They're getting it from somewhere. And words mean something, especially when you put some words into your own idea of deeds. So we'll get to exactly what I'm talking about in a second. Do we do this right now? I guess we could do this now. I had some people that asked me to replay the interview yesterday with Bill O'Reilly. If you missed it, I have it here, so I can handle this. Yeah. So in case you missed it from yesterday, a replay of Bill O'Reilly, who has a new book out in the Killing series. And we had a great conversation about the book and also a little bit about Trump. So here it is, the interview from yesterday with Bill O'Reilly as we welcomed him to the show.
Good, Drew. How you feeling down there?
I'm doing all right. Killing Crazy Horse, the merciless Indian wars in America. I wanted to talk about this latest book that you have in the Killing series. A couple of things I wanted to touch on. First of all, as a homeschool family, I can tell you how much I appreciate the Killing series as fact-based books to be able to teach my son, which is fantastic. So I do appreciate that. And as a kid growing up on Long Island, I grew up in Comac. I can tell you that I was always fascinated because the Indian tribes' names are all over Long Island, from Massapequa to Merrick to Canarsie, Patchogue. I mean, I can go through all the names, right? Even Montauk.
And in Florida, you got the same thing.
Right.
So Killing Crazy Horse, and I'm so happy to hear that your son is interested in history and you're educating him that way. This is the 9th book. And if your boy starts with Killing Lincoln, and then he goes to Killing England, Killing Crazy Horse, he'll know all about American history. And he won't know the propaganda that is being put forth in some public schools, that America is a hateful country founded by white supremacists, all of that nonsense. And it is propagandistic nonsense. I write the truth. And the truth about the Indian Wars is pretty grisly. It was intense for almost 100 years. And we begin the book in northern Florida with the Creek Nation wiping out people in South Alabama at Fort Mims, and then Andrew Jackson coming down from Tennessee to confront the Creeks. That's the beginning of the book. And, of course, you guys know the Seminoles, and Florida has a deep history in Native American culture. But the overarch of the book and why it's gotten off to such a fantastic start, Drew, in the first 3 days, Killing Crazy Horse has sold more than 130,000 copies, which in this day and age with COVID and all is insane. And it's not a hate Trump book. It's not a hate Trump. Everything else is selling is hate. We hate Trump. We love Trump. You know, Trump has nothing to do with this book. He's not in there at all.
And you may be the only person to be able to pull that off, Bill. Is the only one that could write
I know that they hate Trump. Yeah. They're going to go, Trump's just like Custer. He's just like
right, Custer.
Right.
Which is also discussed in the book. That is also interesting when you consider how all that played out. And you know, when you have Monroe and you talk about moving out west, and then you talk about the gold rush, and I mean, there's so much involved with Crazy Horse and in the book, and really how, for me, you know, one of the things that I love about the Killing series, and it gets back to what we were just talking about, is we are so desperate right now, and at least I in my household, for books that you can go to that are fact-based. It's so difficult to find where, you know, it's the idea of even the Socratic arguments. So when I try to teach my son about being able to debate with others based on going to the actual place where you can debate, let's say, about even the Declaration. You read the Declaration, you read the documents of our founders to find out what's in it. You don't try to get it from somebody else necessarily, because you never know what you're going to get. And thank you for being able to do this, even with this subject.
And I appreciate that. And that's how Martin Dugard, my co-author, and I research. We go to the primary source, which is the people there. And it's interesting because I put Crazy Horse and Custer on the cover of the book because that is the pinnacle battle. That was the high point for the Indians in the war, the ongoing war from 1813 to 1890. And we couldn't cover that war from the white man's point of view because there were no white men left to tell anybody what happened. Custer had two journalists, two newspaper men with him, but they didn't get out. So we went to the Indians to find out from their point of view how that battle went down. And Indian culture had an oral history, but then as the Native Americans became more assimilated, they started to write down things. So you'll read about the Battle of Little Bighorn from the Native American point of view, and it's fascinating because Crazy Horse was a brilliant military tactician, and he just outwitted Custer, and that's why that whole thing turned out the way it did.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News and the Killing series, his latest book called Killing Crazy Horse, The Merciless Indian Wars in America. And speaking of Crazy Horse, right, wasn't even before the situation with Custer, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he, I think it was 80 officers, didn't he become a decoy to pull them into a situation where they could be attacked? I mean, there were situations where Crazy Horse did things like that. That gave him such notoriety amongst his people. Is that right?
Yeah. So when Sioux declared war on the United States because the USA broke the Treaty of the Black Hills when gold was discovered, and the Indians said, enough, we've had it. The U.S. Army could not defeat Crazy Horse. They lost battle after battle after battle. And therefore, U.S. Grant, the president, sent Custer, a Civil War hero at Gettysburg, out to kick Crazy Horse's butt. And that's how that confrontation grew. Of course, that didn't work out real well for the U.S. Army. Right. So it's so fascinating, and I find that there's a great hunger, Drew, in this country for fact-based history. People want to know. They're willing to accept that their country did bad things because all countries on the planet have done bad things. Nobody, if you go back, way back in history, you'll find every single country wiped out its indigenous people for what they call progress. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. Right. So Americans are willing to accept that if you present the material in a balanced way, and we certainly have done that.
Yeah, and I might ask you this as well, because it kind of relates to where we are now. And even with the book Killing Crazy Horse, The Merciless Indian Wars in America, Bill O'Reilly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. The idea that if you look at that time period, what could have been different? You're talking about different cultures. You're talking about, the United States. You're talking about the culture in the country, a growing country, and then the Native Americans that were here, two different cultures. What else could have possibly even been done at the time if you were going to have expansion? It's not like Indians were in this country and they weren't warlike with each other, because they were. It's not as if they were pacifists at all. So maybe you could speak to that.
Well, in the beginning, Congress did the right thing. They passed a law that said no whites are to settle west of the Mississippi. And, of course, the law was not enforced because it couldn't be, because there was no law enforcement west of the Mississippi. So the millions of people coming to America from Europe, many of whom could not speak the language, didn't know how to read or write their language. They just wanted to have a farm so they could support their families, and they went west because that's where the free land was. So it was inevitable that there were going to be clashes and battles. However, the United States government could have given the Native American nations land and kept their word. They could have done that, and they chose to break treaty after treaty after treaty. Once gold or whatever was discovered on the land, bang, here they come. In fact, I said, what is this with the San Francisco 49ers? How can you guys be glorifying 49ers in San Francisco, the most liberal city on earth, when the 49ers decimated the Native Americans in California, because the 49ers were gold prospectors, and they, of course, violated the Indian lands. So now San Francisco's glorifying the 49ers. That's got to stop. So I submit that the San Francisco football team should change its name to the Pelosi's. All right, and if they do that, if they do change their name to the Pelosi's, you got to have a new logo, and I suggest it might be a hairdryer. So you put the hairdryer on the sides of the helmets and have the Pelosi's go 1st and 10 from the 20. There's so much phoniness in this country. There's so much hypocrisy. That's obviously satire. But the 49ers were not nice people, yet San Francisco is, go 49ers.
Yeah. Although I guess if you were to think about it, depending on which blow dryer you use, they do have the helmet-like one that Nancy Pelosi you can see sitting under with the curls.
I think it looks sharp. So, I really do.
It very well might. All you'd have to do is just kind of staple or screw in a little face mask there, and you can You could save a couple of bucks there as well. Bill O'Reilly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And the Killing series, his latest book is called Killing Crazy Horse, The Merciless Indian Wars in America. Certainly, as we talk about this topic, it was relevant to a discussion here, politically speaking, recently, with Mount Rushmore coming into the topic. Obviously, this relating to this issue and how people, Native Americans, offended by Mount Rushmore and believing that it's a desecrating of sacred tribal lands. What about that? I mean, even how you can now, at this moment in time in history, who else is going to come out? How many others would we have to? I don't know, appease, fix the rights, wrongs that were committed in the past in our history. It seems like it's going to be something that's never ending, and to the detriment of this country.
Well, it could end if Trump wins in November, and this is not an endorsement of President Trump. But the far left believes it has advantage. The media is sympathetic to the far left, and they want to destroy the country's culture. And there's no doubt they do.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore is a magnificent structure. Everybody should go see it. About 5 miles away is a carving of Crazy Horse. South Dakota should finish that. It's majestic. I've been there. Mm-hmm. But they should finish it. But we got to knock this stuff off, and the only way to do that is by voting. I mean, you got to vote out the far left kooks all over the place. And whether you like Trump or not, and he is in trouble because of his style, what is the alternative? I mean, what are you voting for if you vote in Joe Biden? Biden's not going to confront the far left ever.
Right.
They're going to continue diminishing the United States of America if he's president. So that's really the vote. Mm-hmm. It's not about Biden-Trump. It's about what kind of a country are you willing to accept. And I don't know if many Floridians or people all over the country really understand what's at stake here. You got to look further than your wallet and further than people that may annoy you. Yeah. Both of those candidates annoy me. And I wrote, I think, the most definitive book on Trump, the United States of Trump. It's not pro, it's not con, history book on him. All right? But I'm voting for the country here. I'm not voting for a man.
Yeah. There are two questions I have to ask before we go. Bill O'Reilly joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We appreciate a few minutes with him. His book, latest book, Killing Crazy Horse, The Merciless Indian Wars in America. Two questions I wanted to ask you. One is that, here you write what is the definitive book on Trump. So you knew the man before he ran for office. So many people stopped and looked at Donald Trump and thought he was going to be one way if he were to have the opportunity to govern, only to find out he was quite the opposite. Did you know that he was going to be someone who was going to certainly we knew that he would champion America. I mean, that there may no doubt, but I mean, of the policies, the conservatives looked and said, no way could he be more conservative than Ted Cruz, and only to find out that not only to be conservative, but to fight the way he does. Did you know that before?
I knew this because I know Donald Trump for more than 30 years. He's a transactional man. He makes deals. And when you make deals, you compromise. Mm-hmm. So I knew when he got into the United States, what he said was not necessarily what was going to happen. So Donald Trump has become more conservative. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. And you'll see in his early days and days as a businessman in New York City, he was pretty liberal. Now he's not. Because his crew, his support comes from the right. And religion, he's not a religious man, never has been. His mother was, but not him. And now he's, embracing religious Americans, traditional Americans, because that's where he can win. He makes deals with himself as well as other people. So that's why I'm not surprised that he is governed this way. In fact, I'm kind of pleased that he's governing in a traditional way, not trying to blow up the country.
Yeah. And, the other thing I might ask, which you've kind of touched on a little bit, and I had a conversation with somebody over the weekend. They were half joking about, do we really want uninformed people voting? I mean, at this point, do we want people who have no clue where the Democrat Party stands at this moment? The name Ilhan Omar, Bernie Sanders, and what he believes and espouses, and the things that are. Do we really want the uninformed voters out there? And I kind of thought, I took a step back and kind of laughed for first blush, it's sort of like it's kind of a crazy thing to say, but then again, don't we want people that are informed? It's why we read the Killing series. We want the facts. We want to be informed.
Yes, but you're into dicey territory there.
Yeah.
The vote is the vote.
Right.
And there's no litmus test for the vote. There's no quiz when you show up.
Yeah.
If you're a citizen, you get to vote if you register. Yeah. So I know what you're saying. And I've devoted my whole life to journalism and to informing people and trying to get them the truth. But I know that 50% of Americans are too lazy to try to understand what's happening. But I would not disenfranchise them.
Yeah, certainly not. No, I agree. And this is why I just want to end it with this. Thank you for the Killing series. As far as my family is concerned, thank you, because we do get the opportunity to read these books. I do get the opportunity to use these books to teach my son, to show him facts, because we are desperate to look for and find places that we can go. It's great to go to the documents themselves and try to research history. But when we have books like the Killing series where we're able to use that to teach, that is a resource that is invaluable. It's fantastic that we have that. And I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it from the Steele family, certainly. Bill O'Reilly joining us this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Killing Crazy Horses, the latest in the Killing series, The Merciless Indian Wars in America. Please go get it, and the others as well. I appreciate a few minutes. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again soon. All the best. Thank you.
Okay, Drew, I enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye.
All right.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is
Hey, good morning, everybody. We're back in the studio for the day, and there you go. Look at us. Back in the studio. There's Jake, in case you have been missing Jake's face. Look at that. There's Jakey Jake with his, I don't know, he's got like some John Dillinger haircut, and he's all greased back, and all right. So there you go, little Jake. And Bill O'Reilly from yesterday, so appreciate you listening to that. Let's see if we've got some folks that are here with us this morning. All right. Miami's in... Oh, wait, you can't see. Hold on a second. We can't see the message. How do we... I got to make that higher. Hold on a second, everybody. Let's see. All right. So Jeff is here. I got to raise this thing up. Hold on now. I can move this. Look at that. That's pretty big there. Whoa. All right. Let's see. So if I were to do this, I'm just readjusting everything now. There's Jeff. All right. Good morning, Jeff. Good to see you. Thank you for being there. Dorian is listening from Miami. All right. I haven't been to Miami in a long time. Jake, when's the last time you were in Miami? You remember the last time you've never been to Miami? Okay. So we have somebody who's listening from Miami. So, all right. Let's see. We got Tammy's listening from her phone. And she's in Lake County. Where's Lake County? Do you know where Lake County, Florida is? Where's Lake County? Got to make this a little smaller. Hold on a second here. I'm wondering, I guess Lake County is, we're talking near the center of the state? Near, I guess we'll find out in just a little bit. All right. Hold on, I'm just adjusting everything. What did you just say?
It's Eustis. Yeah, I used to live there, actually.
It's by Eustis?
Yeah, I used to live in Lake County.
You live? Oh, Jake didn't know where Lake County was until Jake didn't know where Lake County was until he realized that he actually lived in Lake County, which is a whole other story. I don't know how you do that.
Dreams into reality. I should know.
How'd you pull that off, buddy? I don't know. All right. All right. So Tammy said it's by Mount Dora. So there you go. Okay.
I used to live in Pine Lakes in Eustis, and I used to work at the Bob Evans in Mount Dora.
All right, did you hear that? Jake used to work at the Bob Evans in Mount Dora, so if you got some really bad service there, it wasn't Jake. Nah, it wasn't you. Come on.
No, I washed the dishes. So.
Oh, you washing dishes? Oh, there's no. So if you had a little bit of like yesterday's egg left over from somebody else's. Oh no! All right. All right. Enough of that. All right. Good to see you all this morning. We'll be back in a minute.
Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow. We at MyMen'sClinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at MyMen'sClinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, MyMen'sClinic.com.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in the construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, "Start digging." And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com. Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of the wonderful employees that make up the Big Island Builders team. I constantly get calls from our customers with positive feedback. When I started this company years ago, I dreamed of assembling a team of professionals that would radically change the home building process. People that look you in the eyes, tell you the truth, and have passion about what they do. That is the Big Island team. Visit us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. Police need your help to bring a missing girl home right now. 11-year-old Dara Lynn Eichow missing out of Tampa. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with red and white stripes and a pair of blue jeans. She's 4'9", weighs 80 pounds, and investigators believe she may be with Martin Eichow. But authorities have not given us the details of their relationship. If you see them, call 1-800-FL-MISSING, and you can head to the Wink News app to look at her picture. Gunshots fly through the air at a Fort Myers apartment complex, and today police say they'll release more information about the shooting at the Sunrise Towers off Canal and Central Avenue. Now, officers say that shooting was isolated. An entire classroom forced to quarantine. A positive COVID case at Gateway Elementary sparked the closure. We're working to find out whether it was a student or teacher who tested positive for the virus. We're waiting to learn what schools are dealing with COVID-19 in our state. The Department of Health has still not released their report online. We do know there's been a 26% spike in cases among children under 18 in the past month. Kids between the ages of newborn to 24 make up 142,440 cases in the state. Wink News is Campaign Central, and with 49 days until the presidential election, Joe Biden is making 2 stops in Florida. He'll attend a roundtable event with veterans in Tampa first, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee. The stops mark his first visits to Florida since clinching the Democratic nomination. You now have just days to fill out the 2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Fort Myers on Braman heading west of 41 to McGregor Boulevard. Also very busy in the Forum, especially on 401 Boulevard heading north towards MLK Boulevard. If you're making that northbound commute, really give yourself a couple extra minutes or even just hop on the interstate. Traffic's a touch delayed as well on Davis, and this is heading north to Iona. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail-end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 to 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really, for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Colby with your Colby Cooling Tip of the Day. You hear AC technicians with all kinds of fancy titles in advertising like comfort specialist, energy maintenance technician, comfort advisors, blah, blah, blah. So what's that all mean? It's simply a catchphrase for salesman who isn't an air conditioning mechanic. Real mechanics have real NATE certifications. And if your company doesn't employ NATE certified mechanics, you're getting a sales tech at your house for service. A NATE certified mechanic has been to real air conditioning school and is tested for competency. So you know that your mechanic actually knows how to fix your air conditioner and not just sell you stuff. It's easy to spot the difference. Just ask for their NATE ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Thinking about new kitchen and bathroom countertops? Rock Solid's full granite slabs starting at $499, quartz $599, remnants starting at $150 means now is the time to save at Rock Solid. Rock Solid is a worldwide importer, certified fabricators, installers, true artisans and craftsmen. Shop direct. Don't get caught by hidden costs and delays from the big box stores. Call Rock Solid 239-596-7676. On the web, rocksolidnaples.com. Installation in about a week.
Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-215-9360. 1-800-215-9360. 1-800-215-9360.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
It's time to clean out your files and finally get rid of that mountain of paper. Collier County residents can bring 20 pounds of documents for free shredding. The shredding event takes place the first Saturday of every month at a recycling center near you. The next event is Saturday, October 3rd. Shredding trucks will be on site from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Naples, North Collier, and Northeast Collier. Here's your chance to get rid of old confidential documents for free. For more details, visit colliercountyfl.gov/recycle.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592. The two of us are... your phone is like on the screen. Your phone. No, that phone. Something's big on the screen saying that. I have no idea. We threw together a couple of things here in the studio this morning, and Jake said, hey, I wanted to use my phone for a camera here on the YouTube, streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe, and if you do, you can see what I was just talking about, which was, what was that? Can you make sure that I don't know. Well, it's all right. So there goes Jake back into his room. Anyway, that's fine. It's okay. Stuff happens. And I was trying to push a button, and the button wasn't working. And then the screen pops up, and something weird happened on the screen that talked about his iPhone, which, by the way, I guess there's some big Apple announcement today. Did you know that? They're announcing, do you have any idea about?
Yeah, no new phone. That's their announcement.
Their announcement is that they're not going to
They're
have...
not coming out with a new phone this year.
All right. At all?
No.
No. Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, but they already did this year, right? So there's already been kind of a new iPhone.
Well, technically, yeah, but they're not going to.
Right.
From what I've been told.
I don't know. It's really weird because I guess the only thing you can do with the phone now is to make the back of the phone look like, because already you have like 3 little discs on the back on your phones. You got all these cameras. If you had one more, it would look like your stove in your house, and that's really what we're looking for. We're looking for the back of your phone to look like.
I want to fry an egg on my phone.
Right, exactly, a little baby egg. Little tiny ones. That's what it is. I'm right. I'm on an island. I'm the only one that looks at the back of the phone and thinks if there was one more camera lens on the back of my iPhone, it would look like I could heat up some pasta or something, or make pasta. I could boil, and that's next. Somebody is going to create an app that's going to make the back of your phone, your camera lens, into burners so that you can cook. Right? If you're on, you're on vacation and you're like, hey, I need to heat up some Spam, or do you heat Spam? Do you cook Spam? You worked in the back of the restaurant there. Is that something that has anybody ever used Spam and heated it?
Yeah, they do that in Hawaii. It's actually a huge part of the culture.
No, I shouldn't say that because you have to. That's the whole purpose of it. Or maybe it's the
fry it
opposite.
with
You don't,
eggs, you can do
or
all
you
kinds of
don't
stuff.
eat. You don't. I'm sorry. You don't eat Spam cold. That's what I'm talking about. You heat Spam. But that's the purpose.
I've eaten Spam cold with like mayonnaise on a sandwich.
Really?
It's good. It's great.
I'm gonna leave that to you. I'm not really sure about that. Okay. 239-479-5592. Hey, just looking on YouTube, streaming live. Please subscribe to the channel. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. We got somebody here who says Biden 2020. Look at that guy. He's on the screen right now. Biden 2020. All right. Somebody's all about Joe Biden. So, hey, look, there are some people that's not a joke.
Not a joke.
That's what I'm saying. There's some people that's, the thing.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Who would not want that guy to be president? Don't we have something else? Oh man, that's what there it is. Okay. Speaking of Joe Biden, I'm so glad you brought Joe Biden up, whoever you are. Why don't we do this morning? Let's do our little segment that we like to call our morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
Environmental justice, so we can turn a faucet on and drink water, breathe clean air. I'm sorry, I'm about to end, but no, live. We have to live. So we have to just give people a.
What does that mean? Okay. The new thing right now, everybody, hold on.
Environmental justice, so we can turn a faucet on and drink water.
Yeah, we got to turn the water on and drink. And there's somebody talking in the background. This is one of, I guess it was yesterday. Joe Biden was doing one of his famous in the basement interviews. But somebody was talking in the background. Do you hear them? I don't know what was.
Environmental justice, so we can turn a faucet on and drink water, breathe clean air.
There was somebody. It was weird, but anyway, the point is that he was talking about environmental justice. We got to turn on the faucet, because we need clean air, and because we can't turn on the faucet right now. I don't know if you know that, Jake, but right now your biggest problem is not only the fact that the time then you were working as a dishwasher back there, you kind of left a couple of eggs scrapings on from 2 days ago at the Bob Evans in Eustis. But it was also the fact that you have a hard time actually turning on the faucet and getting water out of that.
I'll tell you what, if these cameras were wireless, I would go drink out of the faucet right now. And then I'll be fine. I promise.
Yeah, you do. You will make it. But, there's a whole other. Anyway, Point is that you got this guy over here who's saying on our YouTube page, Biden 2020, and you got Jordan popping in and saying, hey, how about Trump 2020, 2024, 2028, 2030? Way to go, Jordan. All right. Laura wants to know what's going to happen when Joe Biden can't read. I'm sorry. You mean in comparison to where he is right now? Is that what am I missing? All right. So you got Joe Biden there that a lot of people are talking about, and what's the latest with Joe? There's some of the latest with Joe. We also find out that Netflix has been in the news lately. This is a little Joe Biden news. Why are you giving me the what was that, the side eye there, Jake?
Oh, no Netflix for me.
You don't want to even go there?
Nope.
All right, look, just to briefly, in case you've been following this story about cuties, not cuties, the really delicious things that you peel apart and they come apart nice and easy and you snack on them and stuff. Not those cuties, but this Netflix show that I guess is a girl from Senegal who moves to France and then she ends up. It's the trials and tribulations of someone who is in a new society, and then all of a sudden she's in a dance troupe, and the dance troupe is like 11-year-olds, and it's pretty disgusting and it's awful, but because it's suggestive and it's exploitive and but it's something that the left defends. Apparently, we hear that the director of the movie of this Netflix show, Cuties, supposedly the director now is saying that I don't think you're understanding what I was doing. I'm trying to show about how exploitive our society is by showing you the exploitation of these kids and how. Now, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is, Jake, I would ask you this. Do you need to see this? Is it something you have to see?
No.
No. The answer is no. No, you don't. You can tell us about it and not have to do a whole movie on Netflix about it and then have this. Now, granted, it's only, 6 or 7 minutes of the show. Supposedly, if you watch the show, you come to realize that it's not the whole show that does this. But I don't need a half a second of it. I don't even need a still photo of it. We don't need any of it. As a matter of fact, it was Molly Hemingway who suggested on Twitter, I think yesterday or over the weekend, where she said something, and I'm paraphrasing, to the effect of, I don't need you to show me what I don't need to see. Kind of like, I already know that's happening, and I already know that that's out there, and maybe we should do a story about how this is the kind of thing in society that we don't accept, and we should make it stop. And you don't have to do a movie or have kids dressed up. You don't have to do any of that. You could just stop that, and that would be just fine with all of us. I think that's safe to say. Are we all on the same page? But there you go. Oh, and how does that fit in with Joe Biden? Why did I bring that in? Because now we come to find I'm just putting this out there that the FBI has raided the home of Jerry Harris. He happens to be a Netflix star who appeared in a video with Democrat presidential nominee Joe Biden, where he was encouraging young blacks to vote for allegedly soliciting sex from minors. This Jerry Harris did. Someone who was on a video with the look. Did they vet? Did they know? You knew? You didn't know? Did you care? You should care. I mean, do we make that comparison? But it's not a good look for the former vice president as far as the Zoom meeting known as the Democrat National Convention, or whether it was one of these videos where Joe Biden is talking to people and saying, listen, if you want to vote for me, and I don't know, what did he say?
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Nothing offensive about that at all. Just putting that out there. Woo! And yet you still have got this guy on YouTube, Biden 2020. There he is. 239-479-5592. Hey, right now, if you're ready to go, and I think Jake's ready to go, Jake's saying yes, It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We will see if you earn a PhD. That is coming up right now if you'd like to play. Caller number, let's just make it caller number 3. That's fine. Caller number 3 at 239-479-5592. Third caller will play Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Let's find out what's happening with traffic. Do I see Sabrina Katz? I see Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is very slow on that Midpoint Bridge, guys, as you're heading into Fort Myers, a place to avoid. Go ahead and stick to the Cape Coral Bridge if you want the fastest option. Also, traffic is a bit slow on Beach Parkway heading west of Chiquita. Slight southbound slowdowns on Del Prado to the south of Veterans Parkway. And in North Fort Myers, seeing that slowdown begin on Hancock Bridge heading east to US 41. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
For today, about 89 to 90 degrees. Good amount of cloud cover still mixing in as we have the chance for some scattered showers and storms. A few this morning and then scattered this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. Okay, folks, got to listen fast. I have 3 news stories to run through here. First, AP reports that the West Coast fires, which have killed at least 35 people, have raised the fight over climate change right before Trump visits California. Liberals, including Democrat governors who run the fire-affected states, all say that global warming is making these fires burn faster and farther than any fires before. And they're trying to stick it to Trump for not going along with their global warming blame game. Second story from the LA Times is a warning. Scientists say 150 million dead trees that have not been cleared from the Sierra National Forest could set off massive fires like we have not seen since World War II. Each acre of dead trees holds about 200 tons of fuel. Scientists have been sounding the alarm about this problem for years. Now, the last story is from Fresno's GV Wire Service. The Sierra Club says thinning the forest doesn't help. They say there's too much fire suppression nowadays, and that makes fires burn hotter and faster. So for decades, liberals have listened to environmentalist wackos like the Sierra Club, and they've left these dead trees where they fall. And we are now seeing the result. These fires have nothing to do with climate change. They have everything to do with liberal stupidity in simply clearing the dead wood out of there. Take the fuel away and you end the fire. They haven't done it. My friends, this has been a year like no other, and I, for one, can't believe that fall is already here. This month, my good friends at Mahindra are helping tractor buyers by offering special savings during the fall sales event. Enjoy 0% interest for 72 months on select Mahindra models. That's right. Pay no interest for 6 years. Fall is a great time to work your land with a tough Mahindra tractor, so visit whymahindra.com, build your tractor, and your dealer will give you a custom quote and deliver to your property. Mahindra may be the official tractor of tough, but they're making it easy to save. For purchases of select models now through September 30th, 2020. Learn more about Mahindra's fall sales event at whymahindra.com.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and great financing on new Mahindra subcompact, compact, or utility tractors or Mahindra utility vehicles. To find your dealer and test drive a Mahindra, please visit whymahindra.com.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top-quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. Now my home's weather-tight and beautifully resilient.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call
239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. Everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, well, this is fun. So I'd like to say that we have someone on the line with us, but I'm looking at Jake, and Jake's like, all the phones locked up. The phones are completely locked up, and I have no idea what's going on. So there you go. So there's Jake. Hi, Jake. How you doing this morning?
I'm all right.
All right, good. So do you know what the capital of the great state of Florida is, Jake?
Tallahassee.
That's correct, sir. All right, listen, just give that guy a prize.
Ding,
I don't
ding,
know.
ding, ding.
All right, ding, ding, ding. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The phone's just locked up on us. But hey, here's the good news. The good news is we're done with this segment of the program, and we'll be moving on. When we come back, Paris Denard's going to join us. There's a visit by the vice president in the state. Is that right? There are lots of things to talk about. What's going on this week with the president and so much more. Also, I don't know if you heard about Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum making news. Did he admit that he had some... Well, we'll explain what it is coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Why? Why pay more for a used car or truck? Model year-end sales event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $49 per month. That's right, a new car for just $49 per month. 2020 Kia Rio, just $13,990. Yes, $13,990. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Galliana Kia has lenders to get almost anyone approved. Plus, we'll take any trade, in any condition, even if you're upside down. Why? Why buy an overpriced used car when you can buy a new car for less? Brand new Kias, just $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
model year in sales event going on now at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at sign plus tax, tag title, dealer and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month end.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. Police need your help to bring a missing girl home right now. 11-year-old Dara Lynn Eichow missing out of Tampa. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with red and white stripes and a pair of blue jeans. She's 4'9", weighs 80 pounds, and investigators believe she may be with Martin Eichow, but authorities have not given us the details of their relationship. If you see them, call 1-800-FL-MISSING, and you can head to the Wink News app to look at her picture. Gunshots fly through the air at a Fort Myers apartment complex, and today police say they'll release more information about the shooting at the Sunrise Towers off Canal and Central Avenue. Now, officers say that shooting was isolated. An entire classroom forced to quarantine. A positive COVID case at Gateway Elementary sparked the closure. We're working to find out whether it was a student or teacher who tested positive for the virus. We're waiting to learn what schools are dealing with COVID-19 in our state. The Department of Health has still not released their report online. We do know there's been a 26% spike in cases among children under 18 in the past month. Kids between the ages of newborn to 24 make up 142,440 cases in the state. Wink News is Campaign Central, and with 49 days until the presidential election, Joe Biden is making 2 stops in Florida. He'll attend a roundtable event with veterans in Tampa first, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee. The stops mark his first visits to Florida since clinching the Democratic nomination. You now have just days to fill out the 2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is very slow on that Midpoint Bridge, guys, as you're heading into Fort Myers, a place to avoid. Go ahead and stick to the Cape Coral Bridge if you want the fastest option. Also, traffic is a bit slow on Beach Parkway heading west of Chiquita. Slight southbound slowdowns on Del Prado to the south of Veterans Parkway. And in North Fort Myers, seeing that slowdown begin on Hancock Bridge heading east to US 41. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 and 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Get a 2019 Buick Encore SUV with only 584 miles for $20,000. Practically a new car for thousands less. Or a 2004 Buick Park Avenue with only 56,000 miles. Florida condo car for $6,500. With over 300 vehicles, visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
We are celebrating halfway to St. Patty's Day on September 17th. Join me, Tony, and the Anthony's gang for the best corned beef and cabbage, green beer, and live entertainment all day.
Pre-order your corned beef and cabbage now for takeout or reserve to dine in. Enjoy live music on the patio September 17th. Expanded lunch and dinner menus now available. Favorites like the New York Strip and Meatloaf are back. Anthony's on the Boulevard, 1303 Del Prado Boulevard South. Call 772-5900 or join their VIP club at anthony'sontheblvd.net and receive a free breakfast buffet.
Retirement questions? You can bet Bob Grace probably has the answer. Join him every Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday at noon for Retire with Grace. It's your source for all things retirement, from how current events could affect your savings to strategies to help maximize your retirement income and everything in between. Join us, Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Investment advisory services offered through Grace Capital Management Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Fox News.
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us, because this is more than just land. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the Talk and Text line. We stream live on YouTube. If you've been watching and paying attention, we appreciate that. And subscribing, you just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and we appreciate you subscribing. So does Jake, Jake the Millennial, who's got his face right there and his John Dillinger 1920s greaseback hair. Dillinger, what year? Do you remember? What was it again? Did we decide what year John Dillinger was gangsterizing? If that's a word.
I think it was the 30s.
All right, go look that up.
During the Great Depression.
All right, well, go ahead and go look that up. All right, we do expect. I'm not sure if we're going to have him on right now or not. We expect a call, but of course we've got some issues happening with our phone lines. Paris Denard, GOP spokesperson. And we're just waiting for that call. Hopefully he'll chime in on the former vice president's visit to Tampa today, and Kissimmee in his first Florida trip since COVID, and he picked the I-4 corridor to make his first trip. I bring that up because that does have significance. The I-4 corridor is where there is supposed and well, I guess if you were to be honest about it, it is Democrat support. Places like Tampa, the I-4 corridor leading to Orlando, that's where your Democrat support in the state is, as well as the Miami-Dade Broward area, which of course has been a suspect for Joe Biden and for Democrats as far as how the support is going and how it's leaning in the state. And there's going to be a roundtable with veterans there in Tampa, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee later in the day. And nobody's talking about, well, they don't know, have the locations been announced? Well, they haven't. Maybe it's because they don't want to, well, they want to make sure that you don't have a good view of the teleprompters. You know, the teleprompters that we're told are not there in the basement until Joe Biden is doing an interview and he holds up a picture of his family to show James Corden. And you come to find out that the reflection in the photograph that he's holding up shows that there's a teleprompter in front of him. Did you notice that? Did you see that whole James Corden thing that happened with him? Yeah, so apparently there was yeah. Go look that up. You'll enjoy that. Just a little bit to put in there. All right, so maybe we'll get to that this morning. I know. Is this big news to you? Is this shocking news to you? Do you even care? There is a news angle to this. And I saw this, the Twitterverse was just beside themselves about a few things in Florida yesterday. One of the stories we're going to talk about, Jonathan Martin's going to join us at 7:35 about the governor, and the governor having to make a decision on a Supreme Court pick. There's this whole big story, and There was a writ of mandamus, basically a judge saying, listen, you need to come back in here and we need to talk about this and you need to make a decision and your choice for Supreme Court is going to have to change now because the person that you picked, we have a problem with. Apparently they weren't old enough to be a Supreme Court justice. It's a weird story. It's taken care of. But the left went crazy on the Twitterverse about this because it goes against the governor. And anything that goes against the governor or the president, you know that the left is all about. And Nancy Pelosi is just laughing as much as she possibly can, when things like that happen and the Twitterverse goes crazy. I'll get to that story coming. But there's also the other story that was out this in the past 12 hours and an interview that was done with former Democrat gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum. Andrew Gillum, as you may remember, somebody who insisted that the president's a racist. Not my words.
This president has decided that the way to victory is to demonize black and brown people.
That guy. Yeah. Well, that guy came out, didn't come out, kind of came out. Big story. Former Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum revealed on a program, over the weekend.
And to be very honest with you, when you didn't ask the question, you put it out there, is whether or not I identify as gay. And the answer is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual. And that is something that I have never shared publicly before.
All right, so Andrew Gillum comes out as bisexual in a return to public life after... Well, let's talk about after what happened and remind everybody. So Gillum appeared, he was on the Tamron Hall show on Monday and told Tamron Hall that he identifies as bisexual, suggested that he has been for a long time. He exited rehab for alcoholism and depression in July and has been easing his way back into public life. Now, a couple of things come to mind. The first reaction that I have is, I'm just saying, okay. I don't know anybody who necessarily cares either way about that in particular. Maybe you do, and that is your decision. I look at this and I think this is somebody who's coming out of rehab. Now, there's two different kinds of rehab for Andrew Gillum and for most Democrats, and it's this. It's a rehab of what is your personal life. And if Andrew Gillum has demons, if Andrew Gillum has some issues that are going on, whether it's some kind of dependency or whatever it is, I would say that we should pray for him. We should be concerned about him as a human being. We should be concerned that he would be better for his family, that he would be better to be able to move forward in society and feel good about making a return and beating back these demons. We should be concerned about him as a person. And then there is the rehabbing of your political career. And make no mistake about it, this is a rehabbing of a political career, because when you go onto social media, I'll give you a perfect example. You go to floridapolitics.com. Not exactly a right-leaning website. Florida politicians react to Andrew Gillum revealing his bisexuality on the Tamron Hall show. It's glad Andrew Gillum is telling the truth, being authentic, said Carlos Guillermo Smith, an Orlando Democrat and openly gay lawmaker. Representative-elect Michelle Rayner Goolsby, a St. Pete Democrat, first LGBT black woman elected to Florida office, expressing support and feeling so. Nikki Fried, Florida's only Democrat holding statewide office, campaigned with Gillum extensively, sending you love, acceptance, grace, and strength, and everybody feeling good. This is a great thing. Andrew Gillum is not going anywhere politically, everybody. Andrew Gillum will be back on the political stage. Now, having said that, here's the thing I care about. How are we doing with some of the things that he has been accused of in the past? Can we remind everybody that one of the big scandals that Andrew Gillum had in his life was that he was doing a couple of things illegal? Crystal meth found in the hotel room that he was in. Not exactly a legal substance to be using with a male escort and the legalities there. Those kind of things. And, coming back from that and also not to mention, some of the other things that we're concerned about in the past. And if we remember the issues of whether or not Andrew Gillum was accepting gifts during out-of-town excursions with lobbyists and vendors, failing to report them. And remember the Hamilton tickets and that whole thing, and the Florida Commission on Ethics finding probable cause that he violated state ethics. The ethics laws, the illegality of some of the questionable things that... But listen, again, I say this with sincerity, and I assume, and I would hope that you would feel the same way. As a human being, nobody likes to see people take the wrong path in their life and be destructive to not only themselves, but certainly to others. And that you look and you see redemption and you say, that's what we would like to see. But there's also the other side that is, how do I express this properly? The rehabbing of an individual so that they can come back politically as strong as they were previously. Jake had some issues that he mentioned off the air. Concerns about, well, we don't even have to go into that. We don't have a whole lot of time.
Well,
what did you want to? What was your? What were you saying?
What about his wife? Is it cool to cheat on your wife as long as it's with the same sex? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, well, there are all those things, but we're assuming that. Well, I don't assume. I just think that and know that there is a lot of political rehabbing going on, and Andrew Gillum probably will run once again. Rose is like, come on, man, Gillum got caught. I know. I am not saying, again, I am not saying that he did not do some things in the past that were, on the legal side. I'm not talking about the other side of things. I'm talking about the legality of some of the things he did or the illegality. But I go back to the fact that Andrew Gillum will probably run once again in 2022. He will run against this governor along with Nikki Fried. One of the two of them will probably be the nominee to once again go after Governor DeSantis here in the state of Florida. And may I remind you, of course, how people feel about the current governor and the current president of the United States, Andrew Gillum.
This president has decided that the way to victory is to demonize black and brown people?
Yeah, no. So I also look at that, and that's that kind of thinking. Can you be rehabbed from that way of thinking? I'm just asking. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube. Anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, we appreciate you watching. And commenting, and boy, we're getting a lot of comments on the YouTube line this morning, so we'll pop some of those up on the screen so you can see what people have been saying. Oh, we got a couple of Trump 2020. Look at that. There's Blanca, who is saying Trump 2020, and some other things that are going on that we'll get to in just a minute. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, let's find out what's happening with traffic right now. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is very slow on that midpoint bridge, guys, as you're heading into Fort Myers, a place to avoid. Go ahead and stick to the Cape Coral Bridge if you want the fastest option. Also, traffic is a bit slow on Beach Parkway heading west of Chiquita. Slight southbound slowdowns on Del Prado to the south of Veterans Parkway. And in North Fort Myers, seeing that slowdown begin on Hancock Bridge heading east to US 41. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, about 89 to 90 degrees. Good amount of cloud cover still mixing in as we have the chance for some scattered showers and storms. A few this morning and then scattered.
Hey, by the way, I know I asked you this before, and maybe if you're watching right now, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, would you do me a favor? I
this is for us inside baseball kind of talk, but do you like when you see when the camera is always on and you get to see what is going on in the background? Or do you like it better when you see a little bit of this when we go to break? Do you mind? I've been leaving the camera on all the time here in the studio, and I'm just wondering if that's okay with you. So do you like the camera on all the time? Just leave it on? Just let it run? You just say yes or no in the comments so I get an idea of what you all are thinking when you're watching. I just want to make it the best experience for you as you're watching on YouTube. So I appreciate that. All right, we'll come back in a minute.
For back and neck pain.
At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, if you're suffering with a spinal-related problem, pain, numbness, or weakness, through the use of spinal decompression therapy, we've helped hundreds and hundreds of local residents return to a pain-free, productive life. People who once suffered from stenosis, sciatica, bulging, or herniated discs and thought there was no solution are now living pain-free. Spinal decompression is relaxing and painless, while it gently eases pressure off painful nerves and spinal discs. No pain, no needles, and no surgery. I've successfully been using spinal decompression in Southwest Florida for over 13 years, and the results are only getting better. Take your life back. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Trust means that you are reliable and honest every single day.
Trust Chris Safadi.
I want to make sure that every individual person can rely on us.
Trust Jim Farrell.
My responsibility to the viewer is to be me, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hype anything.
Trust Lois Tomey.
I love this community. It's something I take so much responsibility for.
Week News has been trustworthy since 1954. It's earned day by day.
Weeknights on Wink News at 6.
Reese Witherspoon is on this show. Cat's out of the bag. On the next Drew Barrymore show.
Every time I see you on TV, I smile.
And inspiring authors meet their biggest little fans.
It makes me feel happy.
Yeah, that's adorable. Plus, Premiere Week continues with Jane Fonda, Billy Porter, and Charlize Theron. All new Drew.
Life is good.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Yo, what up, Dogs? Paul Rudd here, actor and certified young person. A few days ago, I was talking on the iPhone with my homie, Governor Cuomo, and he's just going off about how us millennials need to wear masks because, get this, apparently a lot of COVID is transmitted by us millennials. No cap. So Cuomo's asked me, he's like, Paul, you gotta help. What are you, like 26? And I didn't correct him. So fam, let's real talk. Masks? They're totally beast. So slide that into your DMs and twitch it. Vibe check. Yes, queens like ourselves. We want to go to bars, we want to drink, hook up, do our TikToks. I get it. I'm not going to preach at you like some celebrity. Ugh. This is a combo where I talk and you shut up and wear your mask. Hello? Oh, hi, Billie Eilish. What's that? You're wearing your mask? Man, I want to stan you. You're so my bae.
Okay, in case you're wondering what in the world that was, Jake, I've got Jake on the screen on YouTube streaming live. Jake's like, what? Did you pick up any of that? Okay, did you see this? So Paul Rudd is an actor. Paul Rudd is famous for
Deadpool? I think no.
Who
is this guy?
I don't know. When you see his face, you'd be like, oh, that's the dude from. He was in a comedy. I don't know. It was Paul Rudd as an actor is famous for.
Wow, I can't believe I just called this guy Deadpool.
That's not Deadpool. All right, so
close, man.
What movies was he in? I'm trying to because it's important that you know.
Ant-Man.
Okay, what? He was in Ant-Man. He was in Clueless. He was the guy. The guy in Clueless. He was in Anchorman.
That's why I didn't know who he was. He's Ant-Man.
All right, so okay, whatever. So he's been in a bunch of movies, and that was him. I guess helping the governor Andrew Cuomo, to convince people that they need to be wearing masks. It was cringeworthy. It's something you have to watch. And again, what is it with liberals that still think that when a celebrity tells you to do something, you should do it? Didn't they say that you should vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016 too?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Do it. I can talk to both you guys at the same time.
That's 332.
I can talk back to you and talk to them at the same time.
Okay. 3020.
They can hear me right now as I'm speaking.
Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
All right, so sorry, Jacob. This is not. I can't. Yeah, don't even. If you can hear me, and then they can hear you too. Well, no, there's no way that they can hear you because I switched the mic over to this mic. Anyway, I'm having an argument with Jake. Maybe I'll put the headphone there, and then they'll hear you through the headphone. All right, so there you go. I'm having an argument with Jake, and I'm trying to figure out. Put the headphone jack. Put that one back in program. Put that one back, and then just talk through the sidebar, and then this way. What you doing?
I'll let the board automate.
All right, that's fine.
I'll stand in the
All right, good. Okay, there you go. All right. So you will just stand on this camera.
I don't want these people to see me.
No, that's okay.
So
I'm arguing with Jake because I don't understand why it is, and maybe he can explain. Why is it that liberals think that you care about what a celebrity... Liberals are the only ones that think that if a celebrity says it, that you're going to be like, okay, I guess I will jump off the bridge. I guess I should eat that poop that I just found on the ground. I mean, if the celebrity says I should do it, then I should do it. I'm exaggerating, but do you think that way?
As far as I know, the kids don't... Whatever the adults do isn't cool anyway. So whenever you...
But that's what I'm saying. Like you're not doing that, are you? Is that what? Are you millennials? Are you doing that? Are you doing that?
I take more pride in liking somebody who doesn't follow the agenda.
Right.
Does their own thing.
But why do they always do that? Why? I don't know.
It's a good question.
Crypto's like they think we're stupid. It's true. They just think
the brainwashing.
But You know what it is? James Barrett said Jake has left the building. He hasn't left the building. He just came and stood behind
gotta
him.
make sure the border.
Yeah, no, you should go. Go. But right? Am I missing something? You see the same thing that I see, right?
30 inches of isolated rainfall in some of these spots along the eastern Gulf Coast, and because
So,
the storm is only moving about 2 to 3 miles per
no,
hour.
he's like Jeff is like he's no, it wasn't Matt. No, you're thinking of Paul. Oh gosh, I don't know that guy's name. Different guy. Paul Rudd is the guy that was. I don't know what his most famous movie is. I'm trying to see what this. Anyway. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's just. I don't understand why only the left would think that if a celebrity says something, you're all going to follow like a bunch of lemmings, because that's what the left needs, is for you to follow them like a bunch of lemmings. Okay. Let's see. Kim wanted to know, you may I'm a nurse, and is it right? You my profession, political and social power to push my views as they're doing in sports. No, you shouldn't. I mean, if you want to, you shouldn't push it. But I mean, if you want to tell somebody what you think about your political views, Kim, and I mean, and somebody says to you, "Yeah, I disagree," don't get offended. That's it, right. Bino said not Paul Reiser. Thank you. It was right. Paul Reiser was the mad about you guy. Paul Rudd is. Yeah. James want to know why we hear the news in the background. Because believe it or not, for those that are watching here on YouTube, here's my headphones, right? I'm so deaf that that's how loud my headphones are. My headphones have to be so loud because I've been using headphones for 32 years in my profession, and I'm so deaf that I can put these on the side and it's like having a speaker. That's how loud. Yeah, it's sad, but it's reality. All right, hope that. Yeah. Okay. Either way is fine. Camera on, camera off. Oh, Don. Okay. I was like, that was a conversation we had about 10 minutes ago, but that's okay. Listen, I'm just glad you came in. I'm glad you came in. All right, everybody. Let's get back to the back. And please subscribe. Hopefully you did. And tell your friends. Subscribe. That's what's going to keep us going. Okay.
2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is very slow on that Midpoint Bridge, guys, as you're heading into Fort Myers, a place to avoid. Go ahead and stick to the Cape Coral Bridge if you want the fastest option. Also, traffic is a bit slow on Beach Parkway heading west of Chiquita. Slight southbound slowdowns on Del Prado to the south of Veterans Parkway. And in North Fort Myers, seeing that slowdown begin on Hancock Bridge heading east to US 41. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 and 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really, for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Getting rid of bacteria, destroying 99.9% of harmful bacteria. How does that sound when it comes to your water? Why not take control? Call the local experts, my buddy Max at Pent Air Water Systems. You can find out what's in your water, right? And with the Pent Air Water System, I'm telling you, I should know I have one. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every single faucet, every one. Their salt-free solution is the Pent Air Smart Combo, can tackle chlorine and scale with no lugging in bags of salt. You've got the Advantage Salt System if you like, would tackle even the hardest water issues. And Pentair's UV system, listen to this, it's capable of destroying 99.9% of harmful bacteria. You know, the ones that find its way into your water, like E. coli. This month, take $199 off installation of your whole home Pentair water system, and let Max, your local Pentair water specialist, find the solution right for you. And they got the white glove service program where they'll even maintain your system for you. So get the test now at 239-880-7799. 239-880-7799.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here. Do you have your COVID mask on? Do you wear your mask with glasses? Maybe you've experienced, as Dr. France calls it, the fog. Oh man, it's terrible. Even if you're not doing prescription, just sunglasses, it's horrible. So it's unwanted, it's horrible, and it's just frustrating as heck. You need to check out Laser Vision Correction with France Eye Care. I did the LASIK procedure with them, and it changed my life. Dr. France and his team of expert surgeons offer several different procedures like LASIK, like I had. Visian ICL, PRK, refractive lens exchange, and more. It gives you better vision with a design that meets the needs of your individual eyes. Call today for a free LASIK screening. Just dial star 2020 on your mobile phone, star 2020, or give them a shout 239-418-0999.
Friends, I care.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch Drew Steele Radio. You just go to YouTube. You type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. There's my smiling mug, and then you just click on it. And please subscribe while you're there, because that is what's going to help to keep us going. And you'll see all kinds of things popping on. And Kate's saying she likes when the camera's just rolling. Kate just said, just let the cameras roll. Because I asked everybody Jake's looking, he's confused. I just asked everybody on YouTube, because I talk to you on the breaks. So I just asked everybody on YouTube, you like the camera just rolling. So you see what's happening if
he trips and falls over
if
a
I
cord,
fall or something happens, or I'm looking at you and I'm laughing, or you come in and you're yelling at me and then I'm yelling at you, that kind of thing. You know, everybody gets to see all of that. So I just let it run. It's the perks. It's the perks of watching on YouTube. It's just, I'm just saying, it's a perk. That's it. Just trying to add it. All right. That's it. Coming up, Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We will see if you earn a PhD. That's coming up at 7:50. We do that, and we do that each and every day at 6:50 and 7:50. So looking forward to that. As a matter of fact, I believe Jonathan Martin, who's on the phone with us right now, was asking whether or not it was too late for him to play Drew's College. I don't know if that's true. Is that true, Jonathan Martin?
I did send you that text. I feel like you'd ask me some PhD level questions.
I'm not going to do that to you there, Trump County GOP Chairman, there, Jonathan Martin. You see how I did that? I slipped that in there. They like the little Trump County thing. See, I'm not kidding around with that. The Trump County, for those people that don't remember, talking about changing Lee County to Trump County, because if, the cancel culture is going to come here and cancel out Lee County, well, I say we get ahead of it. And I'm half joking, but we haven't put that thing to rest. So if you're thinking, well, what happened to the whole idea of Trump County? It's not. Just hang on. Don't you worry. We got a little bit of time. We got to wait a little bit.
Drew, in 2016, Lee County, Florida, had the third highest margin of victory for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton in all 3,000 counties in the country.
Is that right?
So, really, we are Trump County.
Yeah, and like literally and figuratively, you might say, Jonathan Martin. That is true. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to touch base with you on a couple of different issues that were going on here in the state. I reached out to you yesterday afternoon because the Twitterverse was a flutter. See what I did there? Twitterverse, a flutter with the governor. And as you can imagine, if something is trending about the governor of the state of Florida on Twitter, that means that the keyboard cowboys on the left, who all love to be tough behind a computer, but when you meet them face to face and you talk to them about the things that they say, and then they're like, no, I was only kidding. And I'm not saying that happened to me personally. Yes, it has, numerous times. But anyway, the point is that you heard about the governor, and there was this whole thing about the governor in a writ of mandamus, and demanding that the governor fill a vacancy on the highest court here in the state of Florida. And I was like, what is this? You need to come on and explain. So for people that don't know why the governor was on at least Twitter for a half a minute yesterday was making headlines and the left were going crazy, what happened with this whole issue?
Well, there was a recent appointment to the Florida Supreme Court to fill 2 vacancies. There were 2 appointments. One in particular, Renatha Francis, she's a judge in Palm Beach County Circuit Court. She's fairly young. She's been a member of the Florida Bar since September 24th of 2010. She was born in Jamaica. She's extremely intelligent, and she's moved up fairly quickly. She was appointed as a judge first by Governor Rick Scott, and there were the 2 vacancies on the Florida Supreme Court as a result of President Trump appointing 2 Florida Supreme Court justices to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals on the federal side. So the 2 vacancies were filled by Ms. Francis and another individual. Well, somebody in Orlando filed suit to declare that appointment of Renatha Francis was unconstitutional because she had yet to be a member of the Florida Bar for 10 full years. So as we're sitting here today, we're 9 days before she would qualify to be a Supreme Court justice. It was important to have her appointed. I know the governor's office wanted her up there. There were also a tremendous amount of African-American state legislators that wanted her on the court because there was no African-American on the court, and this is going to be the first time in 40 years that there wasn't an African-American on the Florida Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. So Ron DeSantis had wanted to make sure that was still there, and we're 9 days before she's qualified to be under the letter of the law. The problem is there's a 60-day window for the governor to fill the vacancy. So there's this hard number that's put in this requirement to fill the vacancy, and the Supreme Court said, "All right, Governor, you got to fill the vacancy." And the administration was hoping that by the time she actually needed to sit on the court, she would have her 10 years in, but they wanted her to meet that qualification within that 60-day window.
Right. Okay. So
he ended up yesterday appointing Jamie Grosshens out of the 5th District Court of Appeals in Florida.
All
Who's
right.
been a member since 2006.
So a couple of things come to mind. The first thing is, it almost feels like, Jonathan, I'm just throwing this out. This is just me talking, and you can either confirm or deny what you think I'm saying and understand where I'm going with this. It almost sounds like they knew this ahead of time and were just waiting for the right time to make this statement, Democrats, and throw this out there, almost to make the governor look bad. I mean, it seems like this could have come up earlier in the process. Maybe I'm off base. I don't know. So that seems to be there's a little bit of politics at play here. He chooses.
There's nothing more political than appointing a judge to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, well,
of the United States or of any state.
Yeah, so there you go. So
pretending that there's no politics involved.
Right. So any opportunity to try to make the governor look bad, knowing that he's going to get the choice that he wants anyway. At the end of the day, is just about politics. Straight up, that's all it is. The choices that he had were among a list of individuals. Conservative, this choice that he ended up making, Jamie Grosshens. Do we know? I mean,
absolutely conservative. No question about that.
Yeah.
There's a tremendous slate of conservatives. What every governor tries to do, along with the president, they want to leave a legacy, and they want to appoint judges that they believe, at least on the conservative side, are going to follow the law. Mm-hmm. We can talk about the Amendment 4 fiasco and how judicial activists have tried to make their own law.
Yeah.
But Ms. Francis is a member of the Federal Society, Grosshens as well. That right there upsets the left more than anything. If you're a member of the Federal Society, they think that you just want to rewrite history and do the exact opposite of what you're taught in law school, which it couldn't be further from the truth. But that definitely triggers the left with these appointments. And we've been appointing conservatives here in the state of Florida on the Florida Supreme Court for decades.
Right.
And the good news for Ms. Francis is I saw that Governor DeSantis has contacted Donald Trump and asked that he consider her for a federal judgeship. So we're not going to lose her, just not going to have her in the Florida Supreme Court, but we will have her for a long time. She's young, and I look forward to seeing her rulings for many decades to come.
Great. All right, so that is good news. Jonathan Martin joining us, Trump County GOP chair on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. There you go. A couple of things that I wanted to get to. You mentioned the amendment process. First of all, for those that didn't hear, here we go again. Amendment 4 still being discussed. We've talked about this on numerous occasions. Amendment 4, the felon voting amendment, where we all said, listen, if you pay your fines, restitution, if you do all of these things that you need to do, and you have paid your debt to society, figuratively and literally, then certainly, as a society and second chances and state of Florida, that's what we said, until we had the same people arguing that this would be the condition of felons having the right to vote once again, that they would pay. And by the way, for those that say, well, that's not true, do you have proof? Hey, let me play a little bit of audio of the lawyers for Amendment 4 going up to the Supreme Court and arguing this point. Here's just a little bit.
This includes completion of the terms of probation, right?
Yes, sir. It specifically includes all matters included in the sentence, including probation and parole. So that means all matters, anything that a judge puts in a sentence.
So it would also include the full payment of any fines?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, full pains. I mean, and I could go on and on. I've got all the audio that you need that would show that the lawyers that were fighting to defend Amendment 4 and having it on the ballot and arguing in front of the Florida Supreme Court. There's more. They said it all themselves until now, where they're arguing. Oh, no, this is not okay. So explain where we are now with this, Jonathan. So now we have a federal judge step in and talk about the lower court. Talk about that.
So under federal law, nobody can be required to pay financially some sort of penalty in order to have their rights. So when Amendment 4 passed, the federal law wasn't argued. It was a state law that was being changed, and that's what we heard was the audio to change the state law. Those lawyers knew what the federal law was, but unfortunately, the millions of voters who show up and check yes or no on a constitutional amendment that doesn't explain the legalities and the ins and outs aren't aware of that. So everybody understood if you've paid your time, if you've paid your penalty to society, you should be able to have your rights back. And there really wasn't a lot of disagreement with that. The problem was it was just a bad law. So what happened was once that constitutional amendment passed, the supporters for we'll just call them liberals because they wanted everybody to vote without paying any sort of debt to society. They went and cherry-picked a liberal federal judge in the district court level, and they presented this case. Well, that judge agreed with them. Well, that case was finally sent to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, and it was heard recently, and there was a 60-page decision that was just passed down. It was a 6-4 decision, and 5 of those 6 judges were appointed by President Trump. So if your listeners need a reason to vote in the next election, keep this in mind. Donald Trump appoints people who follow the law as written and not the way that they think it should be. They voted or they ruled 6-4 to declare the enacting statute that was written and passed by the Florida House signed by Governor DeSantis to be constitutional. So they undid the ruling in the lower court. Well, keep in mind, 2 of those judges were appointed by Ron DeSantis to the Florida Supreme Court. That's the vacancies we were just talking about a second ago.
Right.
And then President Trump had appointed them to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. One of them, Judge Barbara Lagoa, was just listed by President Trump to be somebody that he would consider nominating to the U.S. Supreme Court. So we have a deep bench coming out of Florida. We have good conservative judges that follow the law as written. look, Drew, I think a lot of your listeners, including myself, want people to be able to contribute to society once they've paid their debt.
Of course, yes.
If you mess up, you pay your time. The problem is, I think as conservatives and as Americans, we're tired of people pulling the wool over our eyes. We're tired of people telling us one thing and doing another. We're tired of people claiming that they want the victims to be compensated, and then behind our backs going to another court to say, no, that's unconstitutional. They should be allowed to vote before they've paid their debt to society or to the victims that they've harmed.
No.
As a prosecutor, when I had the opportunity to represent the state of Florida and help people who were in need, if somebody had their property destroyed, if they were significantly injured by a criminal, there were medical bills. There was lost work that needed to be compensated, and for this group of people to go behind everyone's back and pretend that those victims would be compensated before somebody would be able to vote again, that's just a bold-faced lie, and it just makes me sick. So I'm very, very happy that the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals got it right.
Yeah. And by the way, before we go, because we got to run, we got to do Drew's College, how's that? How the lawyers doing with that battle to get these Second Amendment rights of these felons back again as well? Is that working out real?
I think that slipped their mind.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only thing that they're fighting for? They're not fighting for any other? Really? Oh,
yeah.
That seems odd. We should talk to somebody about that, or let people know.
I don't know well, maybe when their lawyers are done appealing all the good work that our judges are doing.
That's all it is.
Maybe they can tackle that issue.
They're busy. There's a lot going on. I mean,
they're too busy.
Marijuana talk and stuff like that. Did I go there? I'm sorry. I look. There's. What am I doing? All right, we got to run. Unless you want to hang out and see if you're the fifth caller to play Drew's College. It's really your call.
I'll hang up and try to call in.
Why don't you hang up and try to call back? All right, Jonathan Martin, we got to run. And listen, we've got more amendments we have to talk about, so we'll do this next week. Plan on it, okay?
All right.
Good stuff. All right, appreciate you. All right, 239-479-5592. Let's do it right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Please, 5, right? I said 5. Please call right now. Call number 5 at 239-479-5592. Yes, it's yes, Paul. It's Steele with 3 E's. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And let's find out what's happening with traffic. Sabrina Katz says.
A crash at Corkscrew Road in Three Oaks is active off to the side of the roadway. However, flashing lights on scene here, guys. So really make sure to watch that speed heading westbound of Three Oaks to 41. Also, a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Buckingham Road still causing a slowdown west on Palm Beach heading towards State Road 31. And traffic very congested over the Midpoint Bridge into Fort Myers. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, about 89 to 90 degrees. Good amount of cloud cover still mixing in as we have the chance for some scattered showers and storms. A few this morning and then scattered this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we told you this hurricane season was going to be busy. Now is the time to get with my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. Listen, I've had my Generac generator for years, and maintaining power in tropical weather is priceless. Get a free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today. Expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter will never leave you in the dark. Call them 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Let's talk buttons. Not the buttons on clothes, the ones that do things. The ones that beg the question, what's that button do? There's just something satisfying about pressing buttons. And now, if you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button you can press that's really satisfying. It lets you go from sleeping like this to this. It's called Inspire, and it's as simple as, you guessed it, clicking a button. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device implanted in a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
People often ask me, how did you grow my shower door so big and so fast? But the answer is, we didn't. What we did is we took our family business, we hired great talent, trained our staff, and developed our product. Now, after 17 years, my shower door has 8 frameless shower door showrooms, with our newest in Cape Coral. If you're looking for a frameless shower door company that you can trust and research, and you want to see more, go to myshowerdoor.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Sitting at home with back or neck pain, lying in a recliner suffering with leg pain or weakness, out of shape from sciatica, stenosis, or neuropathy? Get relief and get your life back. Non-surgical spinal decompression. This is Dr. Johnson, DC at 596 Back. Spinal decompression is an ingenious, innovative treatment that has shattered doctors' traditional ways of treating back or neck problems. Doctors have been left scratching their heads. Finally, avoid needles, epidurals, and drugs. This treatment is also super comfortable. Patients of any age can be treated and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. It uses a relaxing, computerized table to gently remove pressure on spinal nerves and discs, relieving pain, numbness, or weakness. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Luke. Luke's in Fort Myers. Hello there, Luke.
Oh, hi, Drew. How are you, sir?
I'm well, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We're going to see if you earn a PhD, your associate's degree question. All right, let's do it. It starts now. All right. Hey, do you remember in 2005, George W. Bush was president of the United States? You remember him?
Yes, sir.
Who was the vice president?
Cheney.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if you get a bachelor's on this question. Which amendment protects the right of the people to keep and bear arms?
That's the Second Amendment, sir, my favorite.
That is correct, sir, in both those. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. This city in Pennsylvania served as the nation's capital for much of the 19th century. What city was that?
Oh, that would be, Pittsburgh?
No, it's actually Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, it's Philadelphia. Yep.
Philadelphia.
That is right. All right. Well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question here, Luke. Can you name 3 of the 6 branches of the military? Can you name 3 of the 6 branches of the military?
3 branches of the military. The executives. You know what? Honestly, I don't know.
So the military. So I was looking for Air Force, Army, Coast Guard.
3 branches. Okay, I'm sorry, Drew. Air Force, Navy, and the Army.
Just give me one more. Give me another one.
How about the Coast Guard? Coast Guard.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's good. You got it. All right. We'll take it. Congratulations there, Luke. Good job. A little confusing, but we got there.
It's such a pleasure to speak to you. I listen to you every morning. I love you.
Well, we're back at you. We appreciate it, Luke. Hey, stay there, my friend. Don't go anywhere. You get the distinct...
All right. Thanks, Drew. What a pleasure.
Same here. You get the pleasure of speaking now with Jake. Can't even say it with a straight face. Even Jake's laughing at that. He doesn't know. He's not even sure. Okay. All right. 239-479-5592. Hey, streaming live on YouTube. You want to watch? Here we are. Hello. Drew Steele Radio. Yes, it's Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe while you're here.
This is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Ah, the fresh smell of chlorine out of your faucet in the morning. Said nobody ever. Right? I mean, it could be you. Maybe your home's water is a concern to you. Maybe you know the smell, and sometimes you look at it and say, Why don't you find out what's really in your home's water with Pelican Water System, now a part of Pentair, a leader in safe, sustainable drinking water? You can call Max and schedule your free Pentair water test right now. Find out what's in it. City or well water, you're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet with your Pentair Water System. Your family's going to love it, I can tell you that. Because I have the Pentair Smart Combo in my home. It's a salt-free alternative that's certified and guaranteed to reduce 99% of scale, 97% of chlorine, no lugging in bags of salt, and my family loves it. The Advantage Salt System also can tackle even the hardest waters. So why not call Max, your local expert, a trained Pentair water specialist? Call him now to find out what solution is right for your water, and no pressure when you call. 239-880-7799. You can find their best summer deals right now online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $329 per month. New Ram Bighorn Crew Cab lease, $319 per month. That's right, award-winning Ram trucks, $319 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you, featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs for $319 per month. Jeep Adventure Days at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
42 monthly lease, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax, tag title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers don't combine.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. Police need your help to bring a missing girl home right now. 11-year-old Darylyn Eichau missing out of Tampa. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with red and white stripes and a pair of blue jeans. She's 4'9", weighs 80 pounds, and investigators believe she may be with Martin Eichau, but authorities have not given us the details of their relationship. If you see them, call 1-800-FL-MISSING, and you can head to the Wink News app to look at her picture. Gunshots fly through the air at a Fort Myers apartment complex, and today police say they'll release more information about the shooting at the Sunrise Towers off Canal and Central Avenue. Now, officers say that shooting was isolated. An entire classroom forced to quarantine. A positive COVID case at Gateway Elementary sparked the closure. We're working to find out whether it was a student or teacher who tested positive for the virus. We're waiting to learn what schools are dealing with COVID-19 in our state. The Department of Health has still not released their report online. We do know there's been a 26% spike in cases among children under 18 in the past month. Kids between the ages of newborn to 24 make up 142,440 cases in the state. Wink News is Campaign Central, and with 49 days until the presidential election, Joe Biden is making 2 stops in Florida. He'll attend a roundtable event with veterans in Tampa first, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee. The stops mark his first visits to Florida since clinching the Democratic nomination. You now have just days to fill out the 2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at Corkscrew Road in Three Oaks is active off to the side of the roadway. However, flashing lights on scene here, guys, so really make sure to watch that speed heading westbound of Three Oaks to 41. Also, a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Buckingham Road, still causing a slowdown west on Palm Beach heading towards State Road 31. And traffic very congested over the Midpoint Bridge into Fort Myers. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 to 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right. All along.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
One thing we've all learned from this devastating pandemic is that preparedness provides protection. Hurricane forecasters are calling for an above-average season this year. So now is the time to take steps to protect your home from Mother Nature's worst. Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say or check out our testimonials online at stormshieldSWFL.com.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. Storm Shield Windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldswfl.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
News. Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us, because this is more than just land, it's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's, and I always appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I always appreciate a few minutes with Paris Denard, who's joining us right now. As you know, he is senior communications with their advisor for Black Media Affairs and for the GOP, and we always appreciate it. We have a few minutes of your time. Paris, it's Drew Steele. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Drew.
It's been a busy day, and as you can imagine, there are some folks somewhere in the state of Florida who are excited that Joe Biden's going to be in the state. Of course, it is convenient that the places that he will be is along some of the areas where you would imagine he has the most support in the state, Tampa, the I-4 corridor. These are the places that we've talked about before in the state. But I have to say, Harris, as we talk about Joe Biden and as there is this discussion about Mike Bloomberg chipping in $100 million in the state, they realize what Florida means. And I think they also realize that there's this sense that you've got to prove something to the state of Florida, to everyone here, especially those that are independent that are looking and trying to figure out what it is, Paris, that Joe Biden offers them, if you know what I mean.
Well, the other thing, Drew, you have to campaign. You've actually got to be present and campaign and earn the vote, earn the respect of the people of Florida. You can run ads if you want to, but at the end of the day, the people of Florida, like people everywhere in our country, want to know that you value them more than just running an ad with less than 50 days to go in a campaign. They want to know, has your campaign been in my city? Have you been in my community as a candidate and as a campaign infrastructure? Do you have a ground game that has been knocking on doors safely, that has been making calls, that has been distributing flyers, that has been hosting events for me to get more information about the candidate? All of those things you can say no for the Joe Biden campaign because we know he's been sitting in his basement.
Yeah.
And now they're going to outsource their campaign to Michael Bloomberg. I mean, it's just absurd.
Right. And you could probably speak to this as well. And I think you just did. You made a point that a lot of people have been making and I've been talking about, which is just because you come in with a lot of money and you bring Mike Bloomberg in to start spending the money, you still have to show that you have a message. I mean, what is the message? You're going to give us these big, broad strokes that we always get from liberals, we always get from Democrats. We always get these big, broad strokes and promises. But specifically, we know the things that are happening in cities across the country. We know those that support the police and do not. We know, even as a matter of fact, Joe Biden attending roundtable with veterans in Tampa and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee later in the day. Well, I dare say that we have the tangible proof of what the president believes and has done for communities all across the country. And we can speak to that directly, right, Paris?
There is no doubt that you have to have a message. Yeah. You have to have the infrastructure on the ground to make up a campaign. A campaign is not just sitting in your basement and running ads.
Yeah.
A campaign is having a message that inspires people, giving them something to vote for. And I think the residents of Florida are going to look at the contrast between the two campaigns and say, you know what, let's look at the person who has been in my community physically, that beats Donald Trump. Let's look at the person who has a message that says, I don't want to raise your taxes. I don't want to defund the police like Val Demings has been saying, who is part of Team Joe Biden. I don't want to have open borders and floods of illegal immigrants coming in from all across the world. I don't want to have a world where it's unsafe and we have bad trade deals. You know, we have to look at the totality of what this campaign is about. And like you said before, what is the message? What are the policies? President Trump this week is delivering Mideast peace in a historic fashion. That means something to people living in Florida, having gone through scares in the past.
Yeah.
I dare say the Cuban Missile Crisis, remembering those things and how close it can actually come to our borders, and having an understanding that having peace in the Middle East means peace in America, having peace in our communities. And when you have things like domestic, like defunding the police and these riots and things of that nature, people want to have safety in their communities, no matter where you live.
Right.
Whether it's the suburbs, it's urban cities, or if it's, more impoverished areas. We all want peace. We all want school choice. We all want charter schools. And these are for our children or our grandchildren or our great-grandchildren, because we want them to have something called the American dream, and we don't want them to live in a socialist, dictatorship, communist country.
Yeah.
That's not what America is. And I think the voters of Florida know that especially well.
Yeah. And, I might make the argument, though, Paris, that there are individuals in this country that don't want school choice, that don't want charter. They would like nothing more than to continue to bring kids through the factories that will continue to teach a liberal ideology. They have no problem with that, and they do not want any community to have choice. And we know in the state of Florida how that played out in 2018 with the governor, who's all about school choice, and and who came out to vote for the governor on that issue.
It was the black community.
Absolutely, it was, and to your point, it becomes what liberals would like you to believe that communities want, as opposed to actually as Americans what we all want. Can we do that, Paris? Is that too tough to do? I mean, I know even you had an op-ed that talked about black voter suppression in this election. And I'd like you to speak to that because, that's the other thing that has come up. It's amazing. We just talked about it last break about Amendment 4 in the state and different issues of how voting will take place in the state of Florida, whether it's Amendment 4 or whether it's mail-in ballots or whether it's any of the different things and the different machinations of how voting is taking place in the state and how someone's being suppressed and someone isn't, and you go into all of these different areas. But if we were to speak specifically about your op-ed on black voter suppression in 2020, I mean, is it happening? Is it deliberate? Do we see it? Is this something that is actually happening from the left? I mean, what is it? Speak to that directly and what you talked about in your op-ed.
Yeah, thank you for that. I just wrote an op-ed that appeared in Black Community News, and what it's about is black voter suppression in the election. And most people, if you listen to the mainstream media, you think that we're talking about Republicans. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Joe Biden and these radical Democrats engaging in black voter suppression, and it's not as overt as people think it is. So they miss it. But when Joe Biden says, if you have trouble voting, figuring out who you're going to vote for between me or Trump, then you ain't black. That is a signal to black Americans who are free thinking and independent minded, who are considering voting Republican and considering voting for this president. They're out there. They look at the Republican Party and say, man, if Byron Donaldson can be a Republican, then maybe I can. If President Trump can do the things that he's doing for our community, then maybe I can support him. But when Joe Biden says that, he says that to dissuade them and say, you don't have a connection to your community. You're not black. You're not connected to your culture. So if you vote Republican, you vote for Trump. That is to suppress those independent-minded black voters from doing that. When MSNBC and CNN, when they characterize the black Republicans in a negative way, black Trump supporters in a disparaging way, is to dissuade, is to suppress those who might come out and want to support the president. But the cancel culture will have it so that no, I can't do that because I'm not connected to my community. I don't want to be a sellout. I don't want to be an Uncle Tom. I don't want to be called a modern day minstrel show, like MSNBC said about great Americans, Herschel Walker and Tim Scott, the senator from South Carolina, and others who were Alice Johnson, who came across the stage for the convention. And so when we look at the things that they're doing, we have to say why. And it's because the left does not want black Americans to do what they did in Florida, which is vote their values and vote for Republicans on issues that they care about. Because if they do that, especially in this election, when you have a long history of results that the president has engaged in, they know that it will be the end of Joe Biden's quest for the White House again.
Yeah, because ultimately they will see success. They will see the independence that you get from conservative values, all Americans get, as opposed to having a government that you are dependent upon for every single thing. And that, and how much of a fear, and what an excellent point, Paris, and we've got to run, but what a great point you made. It really is, you think of the media as well. The media suppresses the vote, like flat out. You just, the way you described it is perfect. We see it all the time on every level. The media suppress. You want to talk about suppressing the vote? The media does it every day. Every day.
And they do it on purpose. Every day on purpose to brainwash us. It's sad. It's sad. The fake news media is the enemy of the people. The president was actually correct about that, and they don't want you to hear it and know it.
Well, listen, I appreciate a few minutes. Always a pleasure to have you on. Paris Denard joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, and I hope we get to do this again, certainly before Election Day, but we are excited here in Trump County. We call it Trump County, Paris. We call it that for a reason, and we appreciate a few minutes. All the best. We'll see you soon.
Likewise. Thanks, Drew.
All right, thanks. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We need to go to break. Let's do that right now. Right all along. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. It is Sabrina Katz.
A crash at Corkscrew Road in Three Oaks is active off to the side of the roadway. However, flashing lights on scene here, guys, so really make sure to watch that speed heading westbound of Three Oaks to 41. Also, a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Buckingham Road still causing a slowdown west on Palm Beach heading towards State Road 31. And traffic very congested over the Midpoint Bridge into Fort Myers. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, about 89 to 90 degrees. Good amount of cloud cover still mixing in as we have the chance for some scattered showers and storms. A few this morning and then scattered this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News, the conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hi, this is Kirk Cameron from My Faith Votes. This fall, Americans are faced with what may be the most important election in decades, maybe ever. If we as Christians stay home and don't vote this November, our children's future is at terrible risk. The consequences will be to unfairly shift this country's massive burdens to our children and grandchildren. Each of us can do something to make a difference. We can vote. Make the pledge to vote. Visit myfaithvotes.org today. That's myfaithvotes.org.
Paid for by My Faith Votes.
It's time to clean out your files and finally get rid of that mountain of paper. Collier County residents can bring 20 pounds of documents for free shredding. The shredding event takes place the first Saturday of every month at a recycling center near you. The next event is Saturday, October 3rd. Shredding trucks will be on site from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Naples, North Collier, and Northeast Collier. Here's your chance to get rid of old confidential documents for free. For more details, visit colliercountyfl.gov/recycle.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. LED color-changing pool lights can create an after-dark backyard oasis. Pick your color or select one of the light shows. You can see how dramatic it really is on our website. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now, here we are, almost 3 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free title of inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile roof inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile roof inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1331790.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Streaming live on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel once you go there. It's Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Kamala Harris did it. She said it. She said everything that you've been thinking and we've been saying and we've been talking about and others have been talking about. It's not a Joe Biden presidency. It's a Kamala Harris presidency. Listen to what she said yesterday.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
What? She said, wait, listen.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
I mean, was that on a teleprompter? Did she read that? Who wrote that? That's exactly what we've been talking about. It's not going to look at Jake. Jake's like, what? Did that really happen? I told you. Even she knows it's not going to be a Joe Biden administration. It's a Kamala Harris. It's Joe Biden just sitting there saying things like reading stuff.
We choose truth over facts.
He's going to say that kind of stuff. Wow. What a mess. All right, coming up to the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. I will be on Wink News at 9:20 on Wink TV, not Wink News, Wink TV, excuse me, on Wink News to talk about now all of a sudden the latest thing that we have to be concerned about now. The new panic merchant idea is climate change. Everything going on in California, all the fires. Do you see all the hurricanes out, all the storms out? I mean, it's amazing. We've never seen anything like, well, we don't know because we haven't really been keeping records forever. But, life started when we started keeping records, everybody. That's when life started. Everything that happened before that never existed. It was like an alternative universe. But anyway, climate change is the big panic button now. Why? What's going on? What's been said? Oh, we're going to get into that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Jake Demolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue, a lot of you know about. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 239-992-2626, 239-992-2626. A big thank you from Jake the Millennial for AMCO Bonita Springs.
Home is truly where the heart is. To protect it, you need top quality roofing installed by experts. That's why we chose CFS Roofing Services. Owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. Now my home's weather-tight and beautifully resilient.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to CoreTech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of CoreTech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Cleanings, checkups, and cavities? Have Dr. Chang's dental practice at capacity.
Patient in room 1 is getting a root canal. The x-rays in room 2 are going to have to wait. We're down to 1 hygienist.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Potentially historic flooding. Emergency declarations have been issued in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. The slow-moving storm could dump more than 2 feet of rain in some parts and create life-threatening surges, perhaps as high as 9 feet along the coast.
Fox's Rick Leventhal. Before briefing in California on the wildfires burning there and in other western states, President Trump blames forest management, not climate change.
When trees fall down after a short period of time, about 18 months, they become very dry. They become really like a matchstick.
Joe Biden says in a speech on climate change,
if you give a climate arsonist 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised if we have more America ablaze?
America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. Police need your help to bring a missing girl home right now. 11-year-old Dara Lynn Eichow missing out of Tampa. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with red and white stripes and a pair of blue jeans. She's 4'9", weighs 80 pounds, and investigators believe she may be with Martin Eichow. But authorities have not given us the details of their relationship. If you see them, call 1-800-FL-MISSING, and you can head to the Wink News app to look at her picture. Gunshots fly through the air at a Fort Myers apartment complex, and today police say they'll release more information about the shooting at the Sunrise Towers off Canal and Central Avenue. Now, officers say that shooting was isolated. An entire classroom forced to quarantine. A positive COVID case at Gateway Elementary sparked the closure. We're working to find out whether it was a student or teacher who tested positive for the virus. We're waiting to learn what schools are dealing with COVID-19 in our state. The Department of Health has still not released their report online. We do know there's been a 26% spike in cases among children under 18 in the past month. Kids between the ages of newborn to 24 make up 142,440 cases in the state. Wink News is Campaign Central, and with 49 days until the presidential election, Joe Biden is making 2 stops in Florida. He'll attend a roundtable event with veterans in Tampa first, and then a Hispanic Heritage Month event in Kissimmee. The stops mark his first visits to Florida since clinching the Democratic nomination. You now have just days to fill out the 2020 census. We posted a link to where you can fill it out on the Wink News app. Our state is still below the national average for response rates. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Taking a look at my traffic cams, slammed on the Midpoint Bridge. Traffic not even moving if you're heading into Fort Myers, a place to really avoid. But there's also a delay on Cape Parkway heading towards the Cape Coral Bridge. So really just plan ahead. Give yourself lots of extra time if you're heading into Fort Myers. There's a crash at South Tamimi Trail and Alico Road as well with a northbound slowdown on 41. It only lasts for about a quarter mile. If you want to avoid the delay, you can always use Michael Jewett Parkway. It is up to speed and corkscrews slowing for about 1 mile heading west to the interstate. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, some more tail end action from Hurricane Sally. Scattered showers and storms are possible at times as we go throughout your Tuesday. So keep the umbrella handy. Temps near 89 to 90. More scattered rain and storms for your Wednesday. And then really, for the rest of the work week into the weekend, more chances for some spotty rain and storms, up for 80s and lower 90s, and we'll keep that going into next week, too. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's sports page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
One thing we've all learned from this devastating pandemic is that preparedness provides protection. Hurricane forecasters are calling for an above-average season this year. So now is the time to take steps to protect your home from Mother Nature's worst. Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say or check out our testimonials online at stormshieldSWFL.com.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. Storm Shield Windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield Windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldswfl.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live on YouTube. You can watch. There we are. Look, hi, how are you? There's Jake. You can see his glorious 239-479-5592. You can subscribe to the channel. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and you can watch. And we appreciate it. And then when we're on, a little alert pops up and it says, hey, we're on. And then there you go. Get ready, buckle up, because the big discussion today has been climate change. The president is a climate change denier, and only Joe Biden can save the world from... Oh, I'm not kidding. It's really that crazy. We're going to dig into some of the crazy, some of the reality, some of what is going on with this notion of climate change. And look, it's always something, everybody. Hasn't anyone noticed that the COVID panic now is kind of calmed down a little as people start to see the numbers start to decline, start to see that it's not as serious as we once thought it was at the very, very beginning when nobody knew what was going on. And then we come to find out that it's worse than a bad flu season, but not much. And the percentages don't bear out shutting down economies and everything that we did, unfortunately. But you got to go to the latest panic. Climate change works out really well for that. All right. First, the top 5 audio clips of the day. Let's do that now. And Jake will give me the thumbs up when he's ready. The 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Yes, we are suffering here real time in California. But in fact, this is a global problem. Look, this is crying out for national and international leadership.
What's the
number
reality?
one thing we can do is elect a different president who's going to recognize the problem, deal with it forcefully at home, deal with it forcefully overseas. That's actually the only solution we have to this problem, is honest to God, Joe Biden.
Oh, that's it. The only answer to the problem, everybody, to stop climate change is Joe Biden. He's the only one that can do this. He's the only one that can come out of the basement and demand climate stop. And it'll just stop. Look at that. I mean, all he has to do is demand it.
Number 4.
Putting out all sorts of misinformation and disinformation, blaming this on arson. When the fire, management community came out and said, no, look, there is only one thing that can explain why we are seeing such massive, hot burning, intense wildfires like we've never seen before. And it's the hot, dry conditions that are being created by climate change.
Yeah, no, that's actually not true, and I can prove it. By the way, that's Michael Mann. He's one of those climate change loonies out there. A little crazy. He's, for those that don't know, he was on MSNBC. Michael Mann is the famous hockey stick shaped graph. He was the one that came up with that to show global warming. Remember Michael Mann? Oh, there's a story behind Michael Mann and the hockey shaped graph, the hockey stick shaped graph. And I'll explain a little bit of the interesting aspects of Michael Mann's life and the climate change hoax that he tried to perpetrate. Oh, yeah. I'll talk about that coming up in just a second. Stand by. All right.
Number 3.
Environmental justice so we can turn a faucet on and drink water, breathe clean air. I'm sorry, I'm about to end, but no, we have to live. So, we have to just give people a
Come on, we gotta live. We need climate justice so we can turn on a faucet. Climate justice. What in the world is climate justice? Does anybody want to ask that question to Joe Biden? What's climate? Does climate justice mean that if I see Jake the Millennial, who's sitting there right now, who for some reason we come to find out didn't properly massage his lawn before he mowed it down. You've got to do something nice to the lawn before you cut it and slice it and chop it and suck it up into a bag and he didn't do that, then we're going to be knocking on Jake's door to demand why you would mow and cut and slice and suck up into a bag. How disgusting that is, your lawn, and we're going to have justice.
Yeah.
Number 2.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
Say that again, sir.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
Harris administration together with Joe Biden. There's Kamala Harris, who either was reading off the teleprompter and that was written because really everybody knows it's going to be a Harris administration if Joe Biden wins, and Joe Biden's really not even going to be who knows how long. Or she had a slip there and said it. Look, Kamala Harris is going to be president if Joe Biden wins. You get that, right?
Number 1.
And to be very honest with you, when you didn't ask the question, you put it out there, is whether or not I identify as gay. And the answer is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual. And that is something that I have never shared publicly before.
There's Andrew Gillum. He was this close, my fingers were thinly spread apart, to being the governor of the state of Florida, telling Tamron Hall and her show that he's not gay, but he's come out as bi. It's his return to public life after a whole scandal that he had with an escort and illegal drugs and.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Sorry, I could be a little more emotional about it, but whatever. I mean, as the kids would say, look, if there's two things going on with Andrew Gillum. It's very simple, everybody. Either Andrew Gillum is letting everybody know, okay, let me take this a different direction. I don't care. If Andrew Gillum is bi, if Andrew Gillum is gay, whatever, whatever. It is what it is. Andrew Gillum's got his own demons that he needs to deal with. You pray for every individual, whether they are conservative, whether they are Democrat, whether they are President Obama, President Trump. You pray for them the same way because you love and like to see, and certainly love to see, that people would be able to find redemption, would be able to be redeemed, would be able to take away and get rid of demons that are in their life and be able to succeed and flourish. As long as they're not destroying the Constitution. But anyway, but certainly nobody wants to see anything bad happen to individuals because you have an ideological difference. The other part of this is really what the facts are. And look, Andrew Gillum went on to Tamron Hall's show on Monday and did all of this and had his wife by his side. I think, right? Wasn't she there? Jake, I think you saw the video, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
she was.
Okay.
Forget about her, right?
I know Jake's got a problem because Jake is like, what did you say earlier about her? And
so it's like okay to cheat on your wife as long as it's with the same sex. It makes no sense to me. It's just a complete.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, look, he's going to run for governor again. He's not left politics, and he is going to try his best, along with the help of others, to reshape, remake, to rehab his image. And this is one way to do it. Michael Mann, you heard that little clip about climate change and what he sees happening, and yeah, that's Rich coming from Michael Mann. Michael Mann, who was the one who came up with the hockey stick-shaped graph about global warming, and until he was called out by somebody in British Columbia. He was called out by Dr. Tim Ball and said, no, this whole thing is a hoax. And Michael Mann sued him and said, how dare you call it a hoax? How dare you say this? I can't even believe this is something that you're mentioning and saying. And then we come to find out that when this suit went down and they said, well, can we see the evidence of this whole graph, the hockey stick thing? Well, let me read an article about this from The Independent. In a recent suit in British Columbia, Mann sued Dr. Tim Ball for defamation when Ball said Mann's graph was a hoax. The 9-year multi-million-dollar suit ended when Mann, the climate global warming dude, refused to turn over his, quote, R2 regression numbers to the court, which would have revealed the data manipulations that led to him rigging of the hockey stick graph. Real science requires open access to data, right? But not if you're trying to perpetuate a hoax like climate change and global warming, and we'd hate to give you the data. And so that case went away. Yeah, but the media still goes to, humorously enough, the media is still going to the to people like Michael Mann for their answers, which is kind of humorous. All right. Oh, not only that, there was a little bit more on climate change. In case you missed this from today, here's some good stuff. People are trying to get on the president of the United States with climate change and talking about the fires in California and how it's possible that it could have been arson. We just found out somebody threw a Molotov cocktail there in Oregon, and that set one of the fires off there. But we don't want to talk about that because that goes against what everybody has been trying to say in the media and the like. No. The president had some comments that people are talking about with the fires, and what did the president say? He was talking about. trying to put out these fires and some of the other things that he was talking about, the fact that we have places in California that have not been cleared out, that you have trees that are exploding, you have fires that are happening because of the fact that you have decades of change in forestry management that did not clear out rotten underbrush, that did not take the time to thin out forests, logging, to stop all of that because of the environmentalists in California. We don't get to talk about that. And the exploding trees we get to talk about. Did I mention this about the exploding trees? I'm not sure if I talked about this or not. The issue of the exploding trees. What is the issue with the exploding trees? Well, the president talked about that. And quickly you had people on MSNBC mocking the president for saying something about exploding trees. Listen to this. Okay, look, can we stop there? This is a White House reporter, Jonathan Lemire. I guess he's with the AP. So clearly it's somebody that doesn't like the president to begin with. Trees don't explode, and, Orange Man badge, right? Okay, the science doesn't know. Okay. I mean, the science that has been lying to us about global warming and climate change, and they've been caught in the lies. 500 scientists that have presented to the UN, listen, we got to stop with the whole climate stuff, the screaming in global warming, and we're all going to die in 10 years. Maybe there has been some change in climate, but we don't recognize it as something to panic about, but you got to stop doing this because we need to have real science so that we can actually talk about this. But no, we can't talk to those scientists. We have to talk to the ones that are screaming with their hair on fire. And of course, with global warming, that's what happens. Your hair's on fire. So here's an interesting little ditty. You ready for this, everybody? This is fun. So you have this AP reporter mocking the president. Yeah, trees don't tend to explode. Here's something from KQED. KQED is the, the public radio station there in California, I guess is basically what they are. And they talked about eucalyptus trees and the iconic California eucalyptus trees and how they are a fire hazard and an invasive species. And I'm looking at the article as they talk about this. Let me read you this little bitty little bit of stuff. Ready? I can put some music to this. Check this out. Blue gum eucalyptus is one of the most fire-intensive plants, said Klatt, who I guess is somebody who knows a lot about trees there in he manages environmental projects for UC Berkeley and serves the UC Fire Mitigation Committee. Trees not only put a lot of fuel on the ground as they shed bark, leaves, and twigs, but in intense fires, volatile compounds in foliage cause explosive burning. What? Yeah. Once bark catches fire, gets blown ahead of the flame front and drops burning embers by the tens of thousands per acre in urban communities. Explosive burning in the foliage. Eucalyptus trees. Huh, who knew? Oh, I guess the president did because he mentioned it. But that's a joke. He doesn't know. Silly to say those kind of things. Came from public radio. It's a eucalyptus guy. California manages the environmental projects. He might know something about exploding trees. I'm just saying, it's not really exploding the way. Got it. All right, we need to take a break. That's why Jake turned the music on. All right, let's go to forecast for the remainder of the day. Week News meteorologist Matt Devitt has it.